I'm Mark.
And I'm Josh.
And this is Alter Ego Comics TV for the week of November 23rd, 2016, Thanksgiving week here in the United States of America. And so happy Thanksgiving. You'll be watching this presumably on Thanksgiving with all of your family on the big screen. So we want to get that out of the way.
And happy belated Thanksgiving to those of you in Canada who celebrated it last month.
Actually in June, or July.
I thought it was October.
No, is Canadian Thanksgiving, is it October?
I think so. It used to be. I didn't check this year, but...
What's the Canadian holiday in July?
Boxing Day? No, it's after Christmas.
I was there. I was in Canada on July.
Bastille Day? No, that's France.
I don't know. Anyway, regardless. Another helping of awesome comics to talk about this week, and I will lead things off with the third issue of a series, which is rare to be a pick of the week, but it is Frostbite, issue number 3 by Joshua Williamson and Jason Sean Alexander. You know, I have loved this series from the beginning, and it just keeps getting better and better. This takes place in a future where there is a new ice age. It's about 60 years from now, and it is just so cool. It's kind of Mad Max meets the Andromeda Strain. I don't know. There's
The Thing.
Yeah, Frostbite is like a worldwide plague, and there is it's very much. I think we said in one of the earlier episodes. It's kind of like Firefly. In a way, there's a group of, how do I want to say this?
Scoundrels?
Mercenaries, but nice mercenaries, except for when they kill people, because that's bad. And they're trying to get these doctors to safety because they have a cure for frostbite, and there's some bad people that are trying to capture them. And the artwork is outstanding by Alexander. Joshua Williamson, of course, is writing The Flash over at DC. He's writing Birthright and Nailbiter over at Image Comics. He's doing some amazing stuff, and this is published by Vertigo, so he is all over the place in the world of comics. Frostbite is incredibly cool. If you're not reading it, you should totally check it out. I believe it's a 7-issue miniseries, and we're on issue 3, and I have loved every issue. And this really was the best thing that I read last night. Frostbite. Get it.
Next up for
Get
me,
Frostbite.
my pick of the week is Han Solo Part 5. This is the last issue of the Han Solo miniseries, written by Marjorie Liu with art by Mark Brooks, and it is just really, really freaking good. The dialogue, the character situations. This is the culmination of the Dragon Void race across space, the Cannonball Run type deal, and Han is also doing his under the radar thing for the Rebels, trying to pick up contacts, and it's just awesome. It is everything I wanted to read in a Han Solo book. Like all great stories, the overall plot is an allegory for the personal journey of the protagonist, and it was just great. Super, super awesome. I love the stuff that Marvel is doing with Star Wars, and Han Solo is no exception.
Detective Comics number 945 is in my stack of awesome this week by James Tynion IV, artwork by a couple people, which was my only slight this week. I hate it when they have multiple artists on a book and it doesn't make sense, and this was clearly a case of someone not being able to handle the art duties, so they had to split it amongst a couple different artists, and it was very jarring. It kind of took you out of the story. So that was the only slight I give the book. One of my favorite parts of this book is the cover, because you never ever you can look at every book on the stands this week, and there will be no other book that has word balloons on the cover. I'm pretty sure. I'm looking at all the books that we have on the table right now.
None of them have.
And this is definitely a throwback to the comics of the 60s, 70s, and 80s, where they actually had characters speaking to each other on the cover, and that is what pulled you into the story. So many times, and we've mentioned this, the covers have nothing to do with the content of the books. It's either a pin-up style piece of art or someone battling someone that doesn't appear in the book, and this is something that actually happens in the book, and I was so pleased to see this kind of throwback style artwork on the cover. So this is a continuation of the Victim Syndicate, where you've got a group of Batman's victims by, they're kind of collateral damage. They're victims...
people he couldn't save.
People he couldn't save, yeah. People that have been injured as a result of him battling bad guys. We don't know a whole lot about him. Actually, we know some of them, but the ringleader, we don't know who it is yet. And in the last issue, he had a tete-a-tete with Stephanie Brown, a.k.a. Spoiler, and Stephanie Brown is none too happy with Batman as a result of it. And so we get some great character moments in this book, as we have in nearly every issue by Tynion IV. This is universally praised by everybody. Really, where we announced last week that we started this Comics Are Awesome private Facebook group, which you're invited to join. We'll put a link in the comments, or in the, what's the word I'm looking for?
The description.
The description of the video.
Text below.
Yes. So that you can join, but nearly everyone there is talking about how Detective Comics is one of the best, if not the best, DC Universe Rebirth book being published, and many critical websites agree. So Detective Comics continues to be amazing, and the cover this week is a big part of it.
Yeah, I liked Leslie Tompkins is doing psych evals on part of the team, which
Mm-hmm.
reminded me of Examinations from X Factor when Leonard
Doc Samson,
yeah, which is great.
It's just so good, and I'm actually really looking forward to. There's an ad in here for the next storyline, which I think is 948, and it's called Batwoman Begins. And the artwork's by Ben Oliver, and it looks amazing. So I'm already looking forward to the next story arc, even though we still have 2 issues to go in the Victim Syndicate.
Over at Mighty Thor number 13, written by Jason Aaron and Steve Epting. One of my favorite little creations in Jason Aaron's Thor run was his super team comprised of people from the different realms. You had a light elf and a dwarf and a troll, and they're back this issue, teaming up with the new Mighty Thor, Jane Foster, female Thor, and it is awesome. It is hilarious. It is suspenseful. It is awesome. Also, Angela is on the team now for some reason. I don't remember her being on the team before, but that's okay too. As well as Roz, what's her last name?
Yeah.
The girl, the S.H.I.E.L.D. agent woman that was dating Thor before he lost his hammer.
Yeah.
Solomon. Roz Solomon. I got it.
Her.
Mighty Thor's good.
Civil War II continues to lumber on towards a conclusion, despite the fact that the rest of the Marvel Universe has moved on already.
To be fair, this book came out a week early. They moved it up.
Ooh.
They're working on it.
Civil War II, issue number 7, no longer the end of the series. Civil War II is one more issue to go, issue number 8. And this was a surprise. I did not know what was going to happen in this issue, and I don't know if I want to spoil it for you. It's not what you think is going to happen. I will tell you that much. Many people think that we are going to see what happens to Tony Stark.
Based on that cover.
Maybe we do. Maybe we don't. Maybe it's something else. It was something that I liked. It was a pleasant surprise. I will tell you that much. Go ahead.
I'm not going to spoil it, but Ulysses has a vision, and we see a significant portion of it, and it's a future for the Marvel Universe that we have seen before.
Yes.
And it was awesome.
And it's a future that Josh and I have both expressed our love for. And I will tell you that this is an instance where it's not so bad having 2 artists on a book.
Right. Because it makes sense.
So after you read it, come back and talk to us in Comics Are Awesome, the private Facebook group, to which there will be a link in the show notes.
Show notes.
Show notes is what we're going to call them now. And I will continue to say that, David Marquez is an amazing artist. As I was looking through this, I'm perfectly fine with him having a break to have a child. And I look back, I had a chance to meet him at the San Diego Comic-Con in 2012, when he, at the time, was only doing Miles Morales' Ultimate Spider-Man, and his art has just only improved with age, like a fine wine. Or scotch. I don't know. So, Civil War II, Electric Boogaloo, number 7. You should totally pick it up. Good stuff. And I'm looking forward to number 8. I want to see how this resolves.
Yeah.
And Bendis and dialogue, they go together like bacon and eggs.
Last up for me, we've got Venom number 1, written by Mike Costa with art by Gerardo Sandoval. And this is back to, I won't say classic Venom, but obviously on the cover we're getting a more of the traditional monstery looking Venom, not the Agent Venom of Flash Thompson era, or the later Guardians of the Galaxy Venom that was sort of a different character design. We see the symbiote find a new host. Unless I missed something, at the end of the previous Venom series it was still with Thompson, so I don't know what happened there. But it's kind of neat because some of the dialogue early on is from the point of view of the symbiote, which was, it took me a second to get that that's what we were seeing, but once it revealed itself. And it has found a new host who is also a former soldier, like Flash Thompson was, but he is in a worse place. Well, I don't know if he's in a worse place than Flash Thompson was, but his life is taking a darker turn, And that's exactly when you want an alien symbiote to bond with you and give you crazy spider powers. So very, very surprised, very much enjoyed. I shouldn't have been surprised, though, because I always like Mike Costa. He does a lot of solid work.
All right, now we're on to the books that we still like that we've been reading before. My stack is significantly smaller than Josh's because he always reads at least 2 or 3 times the books that I do. For me, it is The Flash, issue number 11. This continues the story of Kid Flash and the Flash, kind of dealing with the Shade and what's happening in his world and why his little Shade minions are kidnapping people and that sort of thing. So Flash is still awesome. It should be noted that the Flash is always mentioned right alongside Detective Comics when people are talking about DC Universe Rebirth books that they really, really like.
And this is very much the James Robinson Starman version of the Shade. So if you like that, you totally want to check this out. It's heavily influenced by that. Wonder Woman number 11, Greg Rucka. This is the first present-day Wonder Woman issue that I've liked as much as I like the Wonder Woman Year One.
Oh, and I skipped it.
Oh, yeah. It's finally making sense. Stuff's happening. But it's very good.
Action Comics 968. Dan Jurgens continues to tell awesome Superman stories with the 2 guys that are sent to take down Lex Luthor before he becomes the next Darkseid, and Superman tries to prevent that. Just great stuff.
Star Wars 25 is the end of the awesome heist story where the rebels steal a Star Destroyer, and it's great. Batgirl number 5 is the end. A lot of these are end of the story arc. Batgirl number 5 is the end of her adventures in Japan, and of course at the end of the issue she gets called back to Burnside, so I'm super amped. I was pleased with the way this ended, and it did actually pay off some character stuff that had been going on with Babs and her friends. Ultimates number 1, written by the same guy that wrote the last Ultimates book. If you like that one, you'll like this one. I would have paid, what is this, $3? I would have paid $4 just for the scenes between Black Panther and Captain Marvel. Been following Secret Civil War, that thing we got going on now. They're at odds. There's some betrayal going on there. So seeing the 2 of them in public, so they're pretending to be other people using their spy skills to not look like the King of Wakanda and a superhero, having this fight is just awesome.
Is it that thing that HR uses in The Flash?
No.
No? Okay.
Empress 7, the end of Empress. I wavered in the middle for my affection for this series, but it was a really strong finish from Mark Miller, and art by Stuart Eminem is always purdy, and I'm super amped for the next book that we will be getting someday, maybe. It says the end of book 1 at the end.
Oh, okay.
It sets up
the end of the series.
It sets up a further book, so I would assume there will be another one eventually. Doctor Strange and the Sorcerer Supreme, magic users from across time hanging out, super awesome. Buffy, season 11, number 1, written by Christos Gage with art by Rebecca Isaacs, executive produced by Joss Whedon. Buffy's great. If you like Buffy, you'll like this. We're season 11. We're several years of comics removed from the show, but they do a decent job of giving you a kind of a what's up with everybody. You may not know why, for example, Giles is a 13-year-old boy, but it follows and it's easy to pick up and read, and the characters still sparkle. And Black Monday Murders, number 4. Damn you, Jonathan Hickman, your books are awesome. They take me forever to read, too, because there's graphs and paragraphs and reproductions of letters.
8-point typewriter font.
Right, and the jumping around in time is just really engaging this story of financial cults or something. And last up for me is Snot Girl by Brian Lee O'Malley, writer and artist of Scott Pilgrim, art by Leslie Hung. And O'Malley's dialogue and characterizations are just amazing. Obviously, Snot Girl is designed to be a hyper-real version of a person, but it's very relatable, and you know people like this. So,
and you guys, I say you guys, our local customers love Snot Girl.
Yeah, compared to another indie.
We keep selling out and reordering and selling out and reordering, so keep it up, people. So come in and get some comics. Go out to your local comic shop if we are not it, but if we are, come see us. We got all kinds of cool stuff. We will be open on Friday for our Black Friday Small Business Saturday sale. The entire store will be buy one, get one half off, plus we'll have some other surprise pop-up sales. So regular store hours if you're local. And as we mentioned several times earlier, we invite you to join our private Facebook group, Comics Are Awesome, where we talk about how awesome comics are. Go figure. The link will be in the show notes, so come say hi, swing by, introduce yourself, and you get to download a bonus freebie of a list that Josh and I put together of the top 100 best comics ever. So that's a great place to start. We've had some very kind words from many of you that you kind of got back into comics through watching Alter Ego Comics TV. We've kind of been your Yodas, so thank you very much for that. We do this for you. Neither one of us are egomaniacs. We don't necessarily love to see ourselves on camera all the time, but we love comics and we want more people to love comics, and this is the best way that we could figure out how to do that. So thank you for that, for the kind words. If you liked this week's, we can't talk at all this week. Maybe it's just me. And I haven't eaten any turkey yet. If you like this week's episode, give us a thumbs up on YouTube. Make sure to subscribe and tell everyone that you know that likes comics to watch our videos and join Comics Are Awesome. Have a great Thanksgiving again. Hope you had a great one, and we'll see you next time.